So far, we have seen a lot of details about the Python runtime and related software in general. So how the code is getting converted. Now, what we're going to look at is the language itself, the text file we have created in the beginning. So we have not explained what really it was. We have seen the print hello world, but we didn't explain what it is. So slowly and steadily, we are going to get into the programming language itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start Visual Studio Code just like we did before. So I have the Visual Studio Code here. I'm going to start an instance of the Visual Studio Code. I'm going to create a new file. Here again, the Python file. We have seen all this before. I'm going to type the hello world again, print hello world. So I'm going to save it as in a convenient folder here. I'm going to name it as hello and I'm going to execute it. So run, start debugging. You can do start without debugging as well, but in Visual Studio Code, mostly I do start debugging, just that I'll have the liberty of single step execution, which we will see shortly. So here, start debugging, Python file, and we got our hello world right here. So once again, we are seeing the same program. Now, in this case, a couple of things we are going to notice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to hello worlds. So I put an S and going to run the program, start debugging. So it has printed hello worlds. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that S right here, prints. Already it is showing some problems here. Print is not defined. We are already getting problems. Let's try run it again, start debugging. Right here, we have a problem. We can change certain things. We can't change certain things. So what we can change, what we can't change. So let's have a quick look. So in this case, it is causing an error. So the Python runtime or the Python is not happy with what we are giving as the program. So the verification of our code failed. That's what this error is about. The name prints is not defined. Let me put it back to make it happy. I'm going to save it and I'm going to stop the execution. You can press Shift F5 or you can press this particular button right here. So in this line of code, we have something called a function here. Function, subroutine, a lot of different names for this particular entity right here. So we will create some of this soon, but right now this is a function which helps us print a string, and the string is right here. So the string is the one which is there in the codes. So that is why it is in red color, and around that we have these brackets. So this is all mandatory. We cannot eliminate any of this. So for example, if I delete this, it'll start creating problems. Again, I'm going to run. So it is saying syntax error. This bracket was never closed. It is clearly saying you have a problem here. So we need to close it. Can I close it here? No, we can't, because we have to close it after this quotes. Everything which is inside the quote is considered as a string. For example, if I put the close bracket there and run it again, we'll get a hello world like this. Again, we can't change this, we can't change this, and only thing we can change is the letters here. That is something we can change. That is part of the string literal. So we will see a lot of these strings pretty soon, but for the time being, all we need to understand is this is the only thing we can change, or that is the only thing which is arbitrary in this case. Everything else is fixed and as per the norms of Python. Now, this is one single line. How about adding another line? So let's try that. So I'm going to copy this, Control C, or you can right click copy like so. And I'm going to put it here. So I have 2 lines of code right now. Until now, we had only 1 line of code. So let me correct it a little bit so that we Don't have an issue. So now if you want to predict, you can think about what we are going to get when we execute this program. So we are going to do that. You can press F5 or start debugging. So I got hello world 2 times. Probably not a surprise because we have 2 lines. And it is executing from top to bottom. So first it'll come here and then here. So how do we know that? So what we can do is we can put 1 and 2 here so that we will get to know what is executing first. I have started and I got this output. So which means that this line is executing first. Like that, we can do any number of lines. Keep going. And always it happens top to bottom. So I added a few lines, and if I run, I'll get so many different lines. Now in the extreme end, if I put a couple of zeros and start running, I got this. The summary is it is executing one after the other. There are a few exceptions we will see in the future, but otherwise it's always top to bottom execution. This particular program has 12 lines. That's why this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 lines here. So 2 things I wanted to highlight. One is the print function, which is part of the Python itself, and the string here. It is a string literal or simply string, and we are passing that string into the print function and asking Python to print it for us. That's what this print is all about. And also we have seen multiple lines of code, and we have seen that one line executes after the other, one by one. So the execution is top to bottom in all programming languages, not just Python. So that was the short explanation of the Hello World code or the language part of the Hello World. We are not going into much of a detail. For example, function has a lot of detail, arguments, etc. We are not going to the details of it. But overall, this is how the code of the Hello World. We are going to see a couple of different things and a couple of different language artifacts in the coming lessons.